What's going on, fellas?
Welcome
What's
to
on, Mike?
What's up, buddy? Welcome to Strictly FPV QuadCast. You're echoing, Serge. You have something else?
Hello.
Can you hear me?
Am I
Can you hear
echoing
me?
now?
Can you hear me? I can hear you. No, you're fine.
Yeah.
You're not echoing anymore. Cool.
I can hear you.
Cool.
Can you hear
Cool.
me? Am I echoing? Echo.
No, you sound good. You sound good.
Okay.
So
you
yeah,
said
we
echo.
got a good show for everybody tonight. We're just gonna be talking a few things about DJI and the new Fatshark Dominators. That's been the bit. Max here in the back room putting the sign DJI.
Wait, you guys will see later.
Oh, you're crazy, Max. Anyways, we're gonna be talking about that stuff and what Walksnail and Caddx are doing, and we'll move from there and see where this leaves off on for DJI. Because I know we have the DJI V3s coming out, and we'll share the goggles and the news and all that stuff today. So first off, let's bring our first member of wanted to introduce all the members, but they didn't not all of them could have made it. We'll do another stream maybe with everybody, but let's bring in one of our members, Max Air 420. And there he goes. DJI sucks, dude. What's up, Maxie?
What's up, man?
Max.
Same shit, different day, man.
Yeah. Oh man, this thing looks terrible, bro. You guys see that?
What?
This overlay? I gotta remove this. It's covering my head.
Oh yeah,
It's
it
gone.
is. Yep. It's gone.
I think it still looks good. Either way, doesn't
Nah,
matter.
screw that. I don't like my head chopped off. Anyway, so you do any flying today, Max?
Yes, I did, man. I was planning on flying this guy today, but I forgot the remote for it, so that was a fail. But flew the POS for a little while. Had a couple batteries in that.
Cool. So you excited about the Fat Sharks? You gonna get a pair or no?
No, I just got those, so
Right, me too, man. Me
Yeah.
too.
yeah.
Oh,
Those
Yeah.
are better. Even though I'm a Fat Shark guy, but those are better.
Yeah, they are definitely. All right, guys, let's bring the other member, Matt Conduff from Maddie's Drone World is in the house. Maddie, what's up,
Maddie?
buddy?
Maddie?
Sorry I'm late, guys.
it's
All
okay.
good, man.
Maddie's one of
At least you show
the
up.
founding fathers. Me, Sergio, and Maddie are the founding fathers of Quad Mafia.
I like it a lot.
A lot.
I love the beard, dude.
Thank you.
You're growing that crap, huh?
Yeah, it's getting
Yeah,
pretty long, bro.
He's long like mine. See, he's long like me.
Yeah, but mine curls. It pisses me
Mine,
off.
Yeah,
me
mine
too,
goes
man. It
too.
won't go out. It just like twirls.
Yeah. As it gets longer, yeah.
It'll get straightened out once
You know what
get
I
it long.
hate? You know what I hate when you eat? It gets on here on your beard and
Mhm.
coffee. And you're still dripping.
Well, piece
All
of
right.
Anyways,
corn.
guys, let's bring another member. His name is Jeff from Spooner FPV. Let's bring him in. Jeff.
Jeffy boy, what's up, Jeffy boy?
What's up,
You know
Jeff?
what?
Jeff.
I don't like this overlay, this background. I'm taking this off. I'm putting this one.
Either way, man, doesn't matter, buddy. That's not about the overlay, bro.
So what's up, Jeff? Dude, were you in the dark?
Yeah, I'm getting ready to go to bed here soon. I got to get up early.
Wait, where are you at?
I'm in my living room.
What do you
Why
mean
you
you're ready
going
to go to
that
bed?
early?
What time is it by you?
It's 8:30.
Oh, you're 8. It's 8:30. Okay.
He wakes up early. He goes to bed. You go to work at like 4:30 in the morning, don't you?
Oh,
Mhm.
yeah.
Oh, man.
Let me see. Yeah. Who's this dude? Another Quad Mafia.
Hey.
member.
There he is.
What's going on,
Okay.
y'all?
What's up, Ken?
Ken.
So Ken, you done working or what?
No, I'm actually not. I'm coming in. I wanted to hang out for about 15
All right, cool.
minutes. And then I gotta
Appreciate that. Yeah. Let's bring Chris in from Half Drone World Fly.
What's up,
What's
Chris?
up?
Chris, what's up, bro?
Not much, just getting home. Camped all weekend up at that lake, got a few flies in, but the internet sucked again. So
Yeah. It happens.
I
What
know
are you
that
gonna do?
feeling.
just gonna have to get a mobile hotspot and go from there.
Absolutely. So what do you guys think about what's going on with Fat Shark? Let's talk about it. Fat Shark Dominators, HD digital goggles that have been the big news all week last week. And
Honestly,
And the DJI V3s are coming out soon. So
I don't care. I got DJI, so
I won't
Yeah,
be.
I
I
mean,
won't be
yeah.
coming off mine.
I got
What's
my
that
DJI too. So I'm just worried that if something happens to the DJI goggles, the V2s, because Maddie knows they're gonna. I believe it's gonna be discontinued. The goggles, right? The DJI V2s.
They're gonna stop producing them.
So
I got the V1. So as long as I can still use them,
Yeah,
I
there's
don't
nothing
care.
wrong with that.
oh no,
Here.
absolutely.
Yeah,
Now
I'm wondering-
I'm wondering if Walksnail, Caddx and Walksnail, since they're making those units for Fatshark, I'm wondering if they're gonna make those compatible with the V2s instead of getting like it's like a regular Vista. You know, you get a regular Vista. I wonder if that's gonna be compatible with the DJI's V2s.
Be
I don't
interesting.
know. I don't think that. I don't know if they will be. From what I'm hearing, I don't think DJI is involved in this.
No.
So-
No.
No, but
think they are.
what about? I was talking to my brother Mike. What about if something goes wrong with anything of our goggles? I mean,
Right, if they're gonna cover it.
there's,
Yeah.
you
But
know,
there-
even,
yeah.
even the Caddx Vista, if you know, if they're gonna still make it for the Caddx Vista, or they're gonna be gone, or what?
No, the Caddx Vista, they're still gonna make them.
Well, Caddx. I don't know if you saw that tweet or that Instagram post by Joshua Bardwell,
Yeah,
but from what they said, they're not going
it
to
will
stop.
be
making-
the end. Well,
they're not
it will
gonna
be the
stop.
end for the V2 goggles, but not the Caddx Vistas.
Yeah,
Oh,
they're gonna
okay,
keep
that's all what I
making the
know. As long as they make the Caddx Vista, I'm fine with that.
Hey, my
But if
V2
they-
goggles fly the drones that I got. I'm good.
Right.
But if they get rid of the goggles, what happens with the POS? Does that get discontinued too?
Hmm.
You know, because those
Yeah, if
goggles
you
are
don't have
meant
no
for the.
goggles.
Well, yeah,
Yeah.
because they're going to be coming out with a new quad.
And you're gonna be able to
So
use
I'm
those
not
those
sure.
V3s with that too, probably.
Anybody got a POS for sale? Very cheap. I'll buy it.
$50.
$50.
$5.
I'll tell you what, if I found one the right price, I'd probably end up buying one too.
But
Yeah,
wait a
it's
minute,
okay,
Max.
bro.
Wait a minute. This dude right here, this Quad Mafia member right here, will offer you $1. $1.
Xavier,
Xavier, what's up, dog?
Xavier, what you think about the DJI V3 if the and the V2s when it's discontinued the V2s? What do you think? What's gonna happen?
Gentlemen, what's up?
What's
What's
up?
going on, buddy?
Can you hear us? Xavier,
Hello?
can you hear us?
I wonder
Xavier,
if he has YouTube up with it.
I can hear you guys. Can you guys? Yes. Can you guys hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
yeah, I
good.
can hear you.
Where you
What are your
at?
thoughts? What do you think? What's gonna happen with after the DJI V2 get discontinued when they come out with the V3s? Or what do you think about that?
I think in typical DJI fashion, they're going to release the V3 goggles with their new drone, their new cinematic drone that they're working on, and they'll make it backwards compatible with the Air units, but they will also come out with a new Air type unit that will take advantage of the new goggles and the new latency that the new goggles will offer.
Right. Okay.
Yeah, that's what I think will happen because, you know, the FPV community is pretty embedded with DJI, and new goggles should be smaller, it should be lighter, and you'll have those benefits. And if you want the high speed latency, well, you spend more money and you buy their new Air unit.
Right.
Are you gonna get one?
You know,
I don't
Xavier,
know.
you get it.
I don't know. Before I used to, it was a big keeping up with the Jones things for me. It was a big, I have to get everything that comes out.
Mhm.
Not just because I wanted it, but because I have a YouTube channel. But now I find that people want education. They want to know what they can do with their drones, and people are not shopping like before. I used to sell thousands and thousands of dollars worth of affiliate stuff every month, and people are the last month or two, people are just not shopping. I don't know what's going on. At least not in tech. They're probably traveling and stuff, but yeah, tech has been really slowed up. A lot of people are satisfied with what they have, and they seem to want to know how to use what they have better.
Right.
So that's what I find now.
Well, for those of
Yeah.
you in the chats that don't know what's going on, some of you, I'm sure most of you do. But if you don't know what the new Dominator look like, they look like these right here. I'll pop them up right here.
It
Yeah,
looks like the front looks like a face structure of a shark.
Right, the nose of the shark. In a way, the way they designed that in the front a
And
little
the
bit.
eyes and the side. Like
My problem is, what am I going to do with all my ear units if I buy that?
I'll take them.
I'll buy them.
I mean, I have to sell them, right? Or I have to give them away or something.
here.
But they're not going to work with that.
I'll
Xavier, I'll send you
That's
my
why I'm
email.
not
You
keeping
can
off
give
of
them to
what
me.
I have. That's
Free,
why
I'm down with free.
I'm sticking with what I
$10
have.
I'll pay for the shipping.
Yeah, I mean, for me, the only reason I would want that is I will take anything that's lighter and smaller on my face. That's a huge plus for me. But in terms of spending money, that how valuable that is to me, and then the extra work too. I'll have to strip my drone down, take out the existing Caddx Vista or Air units, and swap it out with one or two of these multiple, whatever they make to work with the goggles. And that's time, that's work, that's money.
Money.
That's true though.
Right?
Like the Fat Sharks that I have do fit and feel a lot better on my face than the DJI goggles.
Well, they're smaller, they're lighter.
Yeah,
Yeah,
they really
Yeah.
do.
I don't mind the size. I like the looks of them. I mean, the foam never fits your face. I got tons of light leak underneath my eyes. And then, when I'm standing in the sun and turning around, when I'm trying to even go longer range, when you got the sun behind you, I see all the light leak and
On
sun
the DJI
blast in my-
ones?
Yeah.
Oh, you got to change that foam out.
Yeah, I bought
Yeah,
some really,
yeah.
really poofy foam and then a little extra nose piece that I put on there, and I can't see anything, and they fit really well now, but they're still heavy.
Okay. But
Yeah, mine are
mind-
sealed
I don't
too,
mind
but-
the weight, but overall lighter goggles would be nicer, sure. But I just saw a post by somebody. He wasn't really famous, but he got a lot of views on it. But it showed that DJI used that same goggle that you just showed, but it was in black. So,
Yeah, I had the
Black.
V3s. It's in, you'll see the V3s. I don't know if I have them here. I forgot to load them up here.
okay.
Yeah, I don't have
I
them here.
wonder.
It's not quite the
V3s,
same thing though. It's a little different from what I've
A little
heard.
different. Yeah.
Yeah, they're different. I have photos, but man, I forgot to put them on here. Let me try to get it.
And then I
share
guess
with everybody.
what everybody's shown the drone, looked a little different as well. So who knows? He showed a couple different sketches of what DJI, their first prototype and the second one. But,
Yeah.
You know what? One thing I like about the V3s is that me and my brother were talking about when we saw the image, the picture, when they have the two cameras in front. We were thinking that could be like a spotter if you're by yourself.
Oh, like you don't need a spotter,
It's
like
a spotter that you don't need a spotter with you. It has the camera already on one side in the goggles that where your quad went. You see, you know what I'm saying?
I
So
think you'd be able to see your surrounding area, but I don't know if you'd be able to spot the drone in the air.
I don't. If it's like Sky Zone, because I have Sky Zones and they have the camera in front. It's a button that you push, and pretty much it's like either you see the FPV or you see in front of you.
Yeah,
I don't think you can see the same.
It's just
time.
a camera. It's just a camera, and you press a button to see what's
for at
in
least
front
the
of
Sky
you.
Zones.
Well, you need picture in picture.
Cool.
Yeah,
Oh,
you can
if
do
it's
picture-in-picture.
picture in picture, that would be pretty cool.
Right.
I don't think you
Oh, and
can fly
DJI,
like
I
that,
wouldn't be
but
surprised.
Yeah.
I won't be surprised either, especially if it helps to alleviate some kind of rules. Then we don't need a spotter. It doesn't really matter if it doesn't work well, as long as it's a decent feature that it can be used as an excuse.
Right.
Well, we'll see.
You see, I'm still wearing long sleeves, right?
I am just worrying about when the V3 comes out. I'm just worrying about the V2s. Something happens to them, we are screwed.
No.
Well,
Let me
plenty
tell
out
you
there.
one thing about DJI. One thing I admire about DJI, and people hate DJI for this. They knock on DJI because all their new products that they release always that sucks, right? always leaves always leave something on the table, and they'll leave certain features in older products that newer ones don't have. And the reason they do that is to preserve those older products. And the reason they preserve those older products is so they can continue to sell them and continue to supply parts and stuff for them. I've got an old drone, an old
Totally
DJI Inspire. I can still get parts for that. I can still submit it to DJI. It's over 5 or 6 years old, the Inspire 1.
Yep.
And I still get it fixed. I still get parts. So that's one thing I would tell you: do not worry when it comes to DJI.
They won't
They will
stop.
fix your stuff. No, they will fix your stuff.
They won't stop working with them.
Oh yeah.
They will
They'll
stop
fix
making
it.
them,
They'll stop
but they'll
making them.
always fix it.
Yep.
People
Always.
hate DJI
Okay.
because
Okay.
DJI is so good, and DJI is going to do what they want to do, and they can because they know.
What did John Goofy say though, Mike?
What about what? About those? About the DJI being
About
discontinued?
the V2s. What's going to happen to V2s? What he
Nothing. They'll still work. You can still use them. It's just that you got to get the Caddx Vistas to go with it. If they don't, if the new V3s are not compatible with the Vistas, you're gonna have to keep those
Okay.
with your regular V2s.
Yeah, we got to say hi to the chat.
Yeah, go ahead. Let's say hi to the chat, guys. I'm popping up these V3 goggles right now. so.
Maddie gives us a crotch shot.
Yeah, Maddie, I didn't want to see that.
Thanks, Maddie. Appreciate it.
You're welcome.
Before the V2s, what were people using?
The V1s.
Yep.
And I'm using
I'm
V1s. I'm still
sure.
using VM1s.
There you go. And I'm sure if something goes wrong, you can send it into DJI. They'll fix it. I have a friend, his V1s, the right side screen went blank. And he was like, oh, my God, what am I going to do? I'm like, send it to DJI. He sent it into DJI, $65. They fixed the right side glass and sent it back
That's
to
pretty
him.
good. Yeah.
It was
that's
had
neat.
black. It had
Ain't
black,
bad,
like
man.
a black spot in it. And that's a V1. And that happened recently.
How long is the
Oh.
warranty on the V2s?
Everything I think DJI makes is 1 year.
1
A
year.
standard factory warranty. After that, you got to come out of pocket. But
Yeah, that's
they're
anything
pretty
electrical.
reasonable.
Anything electronics usually has.
I would
1
say
year.
you're pretty secure with the V2s and the new and the existing
Oh,
units,
absolutely.
air units, and the Vistas that are out right now. They'll be around for a few.
I'll
years.
still say you'll be fine with the V1s. It's a problem with the V1s.
Absolutely, I agree.
You guys, my flying since I got the digital have been. It went up like 8 points. My flying with the digital, you feel
That's
so much
because
more
you can
confident.
freaking see.
Right, bro. Let's see. I'm getting these right here.
I still suck.
Now, to me, flying from analog to HD, like the picture quality, sure is a lot better, but I like the no breakup, going over trees, going through dense trees, stuff like
That
that.
too, yeah.
It's like there's no breakup. You know,
Right.
I mean, once you get very far away, sure, it starts getting digitized, but that's when with an analog's a lot closer, and that's when you get breakup, and you're like, okay, time to turn around.
Well, with DJI,
I like
that's
the
why
range.
You watch your milliseconds. If you start getting low, like on your milliseconds, down at the bottom right of your goggles,
Mm-hmm.
it'll.
See,
it'll
I don't
show
think
your-
that. I don't think that shows up in my screen for the POS. I mean, maybe something I turned off right now, but
Oh, that's for. I mean, for us on the Vista side, that shows on the bottom, and then when that millisecond starts getting really low, that'll usually tell you to turn around before
You,
you.
you probably have to start turn it on Betaflight OSD
Yeah.
if you're using that.
So I do have a question on that. How do you, like with analog, your screen starts getting distorted and whatnot when you're losing signal? On a DJI goggles, how do you know when you're about to lose signal? Does it just drop, or because I don't fly very far away, so I have no idea.
it gets grainy, just like analog in a
But it
sense.
will
But
go
it's
black.
it's like
Like
it's
more
digital.
blurry.
I just had a blackout yesterday, dude. Oh, it's so
It'll
scary.
black
On the outsides
I
first.
thought I lost the drone, dude.
Hey,
Oh,
hey,
really?
I
Ken,
lost
hey,
it.
Ken, do you ever seen like Max headroom
Yeah.
Yeah.
like that, and when it goes.
Yeah. Yeah.
Do you get any type of warning so that like to raise your throttle and go up high to get service back? And then
That's why I told you to watch the
It just-
millisecond from the bottom.
It just
right
gets
corner.
it gets a little slower. Like you get like jumps in the screen, and it gets just digitized. You'll definitely notice, dude.
Okay.
Definitely notice.
Yeah.
When in doubt, return.
It'll happen
Yeah.
on the outsides first.
Right.
Yeah.
All right, so I have. Go ahead.
Just a little tip. What I always do, when I flying DJI, not the FPV but the air units, I'll fly slow if I go to a new location, and then I'll start flying out the distance. And then when I start noticing the breakup points, I mark in my head, okay, that's as far as I can go this way, and then I'll go the other way and see how far, and then the other way, and just kind of get a gauge of how far out I can go. And then I'll fly between trees and stuff, slowly take my time and just burn the first pack to get an idea of where my limitations are. And then I'll also keep the drone low, because if my limitations flying low is at this point, I know I'll get better range if I fly higher, but I want to know what my cutoff is because I like to fly low.
Right.
See, I'm still learning all that. You know, that's why I hacked my goggles and I went to 1200 milliwatts, but I'm still staying with it. I'm 50 bits, I'm 1200 milliwatts, and I'm still staying within like a football field radius.
You got plenty of range.
What I'm curious about is
plenty
when
more
you
to go.
fly behind myself, you know, how long can you go as well?
That's why I watch those milliseconds, because Umagod did a good video on that, and he found out and did a test on it flying around buildings. It shows when those milliseconds start getting down low in the teens, that's when you turn around.
Okay.
Because that's when you're about to lose video.
Yeah, but in general, go ahead, man. Sorry.
No. I mean, usually it'll average around like 30 or 40, but once it starts getting low, like down to the teens, that's when you're probably going to start losing your video.
Yeah. Another thing too, if you're doing long range, I always tell people, if you want to fly FPV long range, get the DJI FPV. I don't even look; just throw it up in the air and fly.
I know that.
And then
I've gone so far with that thing, man. It's crazy.
That thing is that's the long range god.
And it's like crystal clear, like 3 miles away. It's like, what?
Yeah, everybody's. It should be. Everybody's talking about these new goggles that you had up on the screen earlier, doing 1080p. I'm like, dude, I've been flying DJI FPV 1080p crisp image for over a year now. Like, really? All of a sudden, this is a thing in the FPV community.
And those Fat Sharks with 1080p, they still got firmware to do, because that thing is at 40. What was it? What did they say? 40 milliseconds.
Up way
latency?
above it. Yeah, when you're flying at 1080p, you're up almost to 50 millisecond latency.
That's a lot.
That is a lot.
Yeah.
I don't know. We'll see what happens. They tried it. They tried with Shark Bite and all that crap, and it just didn't work out. So I guess we'll find out how they do.
Now, what about the HD Zeros? The HD Zeros. Did you see the new goggles that came out for the HD Zeros? I didn't want to talk about it today. I mean, that's great that he's doing that. Who's the guy's name? From HD Zero. What was his name again? Was it Craig?
I'm not sure. I don't remember his
name.
The
owner. But anyways,
Tim or Tom or some shit like that.
Whatever. Anyways, Tom. He's been doing a lot with the community, and he's been really getting the HD Zero down, like making it better and better. And I've seen videos, but I'm gonna be very honest with the goggles. My personal taste. I know it doesn't matter the look, but those things look like they're from back in the 80s. Right, bro?
Did you see how deep the SMA holes are?
Yeah. They look like a toy. It looks like a toy. It looks like a toy goggle, dude.
And you won't be able to get nothing in there to tighten down your SMAs.
No.
They're so deep.
Yep.
Now, here are the goggles, the V3s. Right here. I found the picture.
Well, you think they're V3s.
Supposedly, yep.
Those look pretty big, though. They look similar to the V2.
No, but they're smaller.
And the edge on the side, on both sides, the camera, it's right on the side of the thing.
And you see the antennas? Those antennas will fold in so you can store them. They fold.
Interesting. Okay.
They're saying it's supposed to have some sort of new transmission system with them. With the new.
Yeah, it's supposed to
that head strap is terrible.
Yeah, that's ugly. I would not wear that thing.
Now the goggles are a lot smaller, but that head strap looks like
I don't know why they just don't go with a fat strap like everybody wants, you know?
Yeah.
I mean, those things you can buy them aftermarket. I'm studying the technology in that thing. The technology is going to be insane.
Oh, can you imagine? Yeah.
That's crazy, man.
Let me tell you, DJI is famous for doing this, and that's why a lot of people don't like them. They'll allow the competition to come up, And then when
And
they
just blow them out of the water.
oh my god, it's gonna be insane because I'm gonna feel bad for Fat Sharks and all that because they're gonna come out with all this 1080p. This is great. All of a sudden, next thing you know, DJI comes out with some 4K low latency.
I know, 4K
I'm
word.
gonna drop like, oh my god, who's
I
gonna
know,
buy
right?
this thing?
Take a look at this
Man,
picture, Xavier. You see,
It looks like you have a like you're a robot. You can see right through the guys.
Okay, look at the bottom FPV feed on the bottom from inside the goggles. You'll see the top, right at the top. You'll see the PIP. You see the little
Yep.
from the
Blow up
camera.
the screen.
And then you got a little map down in the bottom right. Looks like a little map.
I think so.
Hey, I gotta say goodnight, y'all.
Okay.
Have a good one, Kenny.
Later, brother.
I gotta jump.
All right.
Take care,
Yeah.
Ken. Thanks for
Love
stopping
you
in,
guys,
bro.
thank you for having me on.
Love you
Bye.
too, kid.
Bye, y'all.
Oh, good night, dude.
Ken.
So pretty dope, huh? Those goggles, I like them. Smart idea that that you could store the goggles by just folding them in the little slot in your goggles. That's cool.
Yeah, I want to start traveling more with my FPV, so that's gonna be cool. I have like a little small FPV drone that I travel with my Mavics, so it's gonna be like a great combination if I get a smaller goggles to like tuck away in one bag, fit all my GPS, FPV, and everything.
Yeah. So Manny, so Walksnail. Let me get this right. Walksnail is a completely new department that's with Caddx that work in the same department. It's just a new, a new
Walksnail
department.
pretty much is Caddx.
It's Caddx, but it's a new department. Probably them creating something for Fat Shark.
Yeah, there's some fishy stuff going on in the back room that nobody knows about when it comes to that crap. But
Business,
Well,
bro.
It looks pretty obvious to me. It looks like Caddx had to get access to DJI's technology
somehow they did.
in order to make these air units, because they make the air units, right? It's by Caddx, right? So they have access to this technology, and they partnered with DJI to do it. And they're obviously their own company, so they just decided, hey, what if we, take something similar and give it to the guys over here? We can make money on both sides.
Yeah. Like they tweaked it just enough to say it ain't.
Yeah. Right. Now it can't be compatible. Obviously, it's not going to be compatible because you're going to get some kind of lawsuits from DJI if you make it compatible with the air unit.
Yep.
So they can't make this Fat Shark compatible with the air unit, even though it's a similar tech. But obviously that pissed DJI off, and DJI is like, oh yeah, we're going to drop something new.
So it is thinner.
Yeah.
Their air units are thinner than the
yeah,
Caddx.
they're a little smaller.
Yeah.
About the same price. The goggles themselves, though, $6.99 for the goggles, and they're not even available. It's a pre-order.
But I'll tell you what, though. Imagine if DJI did not come into this FPV space. What would guys be flying right now?
Oh, dude, we would still be on analog, bro.
I'll tell you what, I would never touch FPV on analog. I put that on and that thing starts buzzing in my face. I'm like, I'm out of here. Let me go find something to do.
I can't hate an analog. I still love it, but
no, you'd be like,
no
I'm
more.
gonna stick with my GPS drones. That's it, dude.
Yeah. When digital came out, I was like, wait, what?
What was I missing? Yeah, right?
yeah. But dude, like, when I fly a PV, and now that I even got the digital now, and I'm flying, I don't even want to pick up a GPS drone anymore, guys. It's like I put it up the other day. I'm like,
yeah, my poor Air 2S. I feel so bad for it.
Me too, man.
Nah,
I dressed it all up and decked it all out.
It still has its purpose. So.
It's still staring at me, bro.
FPV is like a drug.
It is, man. I love FPV, guys. We all
It's
do.
not
guys
like
got-
a drug. It is a drug.
You know what it is? You guys don't appreciate the cameras that much. When you're a camera lover, it means that you have other cameras other than just drones. You have ground cameras, you have gimbals, you have all these because you're into filming.
Yeah.
When you love
cameras
filming,
everywhere.
yeah, when you love
Cameras
filming,
everywhere.
you will pick up a GPS drone because you'll be a sucker for film more than flying.
Yeah,
But
it's
when
a
you
different
really
world.
really want to fly, like I want to fly, bro. I don't want to film, I want to fly. You're gonna
Right.
pick up an FPV drone
TV.
or
Yeah.
or a plane because I'm getting ready to buy my first plane now. So
Oh, boy.
I just flew that guy at
That's
the track yesterday. I went to the track. There was a drift event, and the Inspire One, which at a drift event, But yeah, it just got my heart pumping because I did different shots than like I normally do. Like I'm always chasing the car. This time, like I had the car chase me in a sense. So yeah, it was a little scary because like I knew what was behind me, which was nothing, but you never know. But like just moving the sticks a different way and going backwards and having the car like right there was cool, very cool.
yeah, and then the quality of the shot too. The final product that comes out is like wow.
Yeah,
You know.
yeah. I got to do some different shots, mix things in because it's always a normal thing. Like I'm right on the car's rear bumper. Well, now I got the car's front bumper. So
Yeah.
So
it's definitely cool.
that's some skills right there.
I love all
Is
drones.
there a camera?
All
Is there a
drones.
camera on that plane?
Not yet.
Not yet. What are you
Soon.
waiting on?
Money.
I
Because
got cameras,
I want to order a couple. Well, what do you mean? Like a camera just to record footage from up in the air, or like actually FPV?
cameras.
Oh, not yet. So I got to order 3 air units. I need 2 for the quads. and I
Okay,
need
now you're
one.
talking air units. All right, well, you're on your own there. You ain't getting my
Yeah,
air.
yeah. And
That's
then- and then
$500
I-
right there.
Yeah, no shit.
Well, yeah. So I gotta
Just strap a
wait
Mini 2
a
on.
couple more weeks, But yeah, I want to get one for the airplanes because I want to make it universal where it can just, make this air unit for that airplane and that one, just keep swapping it out. Where the quads, it's a tighter build, so I can't like keep on switching them out, So
Yeah,
you
I have
want
a
to do
different. I have a different plan. I have an air unit, a spare air unit now. So what I plan to do is put the power cord on my RC truck and put the power cord on my RC plane that I'm getting ready to buy.
Yeah,
And
that's
so
what
all I
I
got to
wanna
do is Velcro the air unit, and when I'm finished with it, Velcro it out,
exactly.
pull
Yep.
the clip at the back, transfer it to the next vehicle because the air units take such a beating. I don't think like I need one for each vehicle. I'll just pull it out of one and put it in the other. The only vehicle it really needs to be strapped into is an FPV drone. But outside of
Yeah.
that, I could
Yep.
jump between planes because that's in a canopy. It's sealed up. I could just stick it on there and pop it out and go into the car. And that's
Make
what I
like a
plan to do.
Quick change out or something.
Mhm.
Now, I don't
Yep.
know about a plane, but I got my eyes set on a VTOL, man. One of those digital VTOLs.
You know what?
Cool as shit
Those are
looking.
pretty cool, dude.
That would be fun.
Those are the ones that go up like this and then convert to a plane.
Yeah.
Okay.
Kai talks nothing but good about the VTOL.
Hey,
Okay.
Metro Jones.
Metro Bill.
What's up, Bill?
What's up, Bill?
Thank you. Happy Sunday to you too.
Hey guys, I'm gonna head to bed. So thanks for having
All
me.
right,
on.
Jeff. Thanks for
All right,
popping
Jeff.
in, brother.
Coming in,
Bye,
buddy.
Dad.
Hey, dude.
You
Take
have
care,
a
man.
good one.
Whoa.
Yeah, did you see that one? I was
Are
just
you
wondering.
serious, Bill? Thanks, Bill. Oh my God, you didn't have to do that, bro. Thank you so much.
Is how come our FPV, like I'm flying at night with or dusk at with that Mini 2, I have to bring it down and then I grab this, I could see just fine with it even at low light, and it just has that little race cam in it.
Yeah.
I just couldn't believe it. When it gets dark, I start flying this.
I can see with all of them pretty much. It's grainy. The video, the video feed in the goggles is very grainy, unless you're flying with like the Polar Pro cam.
That's
You
the
can see
thing
at
with
night.
analog. Analog crushes the DJI at nighttime. The
Oh,
HD. Oh, crushes
yeah.
it. Like it's so much brighter. You see everything.
Yeah.
So yeah,
It
analog
lets
is
in a
still
lot
there.
of light.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it lets in a lot of light. Yeah.
And with those new goggles, it's even better. I mean, going from the old Emax
Oh, I'm
box
sure.
ones to those is
Oh, yeah,
godsend.
Mhm. Yeah. Oh yeah.
That's
Are you
why-
flying analog? You're flying analog?
Mhm.
I still fly analog. Yeah.
No complaints?
No, actually,
I mean, I do for the range, but at nighttime, the DJI goggles get crushed from
I
with
went
the POS.
I went from
Hey, Joe.
those to Maddie's old ones.
Oh, yeah, that's
Oh.
a big
Major,
difference.
major
That's a bit.
improvement.
Be,
Oh,
to be
yeah.
honest, be
That's like
honest,
10
guys.
steps up,
Yeah.
maybe even
A
more.
little bit.
To be honest, guys, I always complain in analog. Every time I fly.
But during the day, you know, DJI,
Yeah.
way to go.
Right,
But at
like-
nighttime, you can see so much
Thank God.
more. And then on top of it, the video from the FPV, you know, like it's like garbage. Where if you have a GoPro on from either like a 7 up, like the video is pretty nice. As long as there's decent amount of light, you know.
Yeah,
Light.
you're right, Max. You're right because there's ways to make analog look good. Mr. Steele even talks about it. If you get the right
Yep.
stuff and you twist
Well-
your wires and you
Yeah,
solder
yeah.
everything right, everything
I-
you'll still get a good
As long as
image.
Everything's perfect. Yeah.
When I first bought that Nazgul Evoke, the cameras that were in that, the analog camera was really good.
Yes,
Didn't
they
have
were.
much breakup at all. Now I changed it out, but I still have that camera and that VTX. Don't put me on. What are you doing?
I want to give Maddie the
Just checking your
spotlight.
beard.
I want to give Maddie the
This is
spotlight.
I can do that too. But
Oh, I
yeah,
know. Oops,
some of
I
them are
forgot.
really good. It depends on the mix. It depends
Has
on what
anybody
you use.
ever flown with a polar camera?
I want
Yep.
one. I wanted to put one on my Nazgul so I
Yeah.
can
For
do some
analog,
nighttime
no.
flying too.
Not HD.
Now you flown with the polar, you said, with the
For-
DJI FPV system.
I wish I had one. I don't. I wanted to put one on my Nazgul, and I didn't.
Yeah,
I ended up
Man.
going with regular
because
Caddx.
they're really good at night. They're
Yeah,
really
man,
good at night.
Maddie, you didn't see Cyclone FPV's live stream?
No.
Dude,
Everything was on sale.
he did a huge sale, dude. Caddx Vista's
Yeah, I heard about that.
$109. Propellers. I got a bunch of propellers, sets of propellers for $1.59. Flight controllers for like $9.99, $10.99.
$1.
$1. Dude, all that money made me holla.
All must
Now-
go.
I did put the Run Cam link on my 7-inch, and that does well at night. That's not bad. That's not a bad
Yeah,
camera.
run cam. That's what I got right here. I put it in my car.
Yeah. I have
You
it
guys
on my
wanna see-
7-inch.
you guys want to see my new belt? One day.
Yeah, Jojo did a good job with this build, guys. this Manta's awesome, bro.
I'm in the middle of building a CL1.
The
over it.
Manta.
I
The
stripped
Manta's
it
a
out.
sick quad.
Looks good, bro.
The Manta, dude.
Yeah,
That's a
nice.
sick quad. Dude, that's the best quad he's got. I flew that thing. That thing is so smooth, man. So,
Pretty sweet.
it is.
Damn.
Was that with the video you guys just put out?
No, that's no, that's not the video I just put out. We didn't
No.
fly with that one.
I'm
Okay.
still
That was a
flying.
surprise,
Still,
man.
still flying my old beat up Skyliner from 1 year ago. That thing
Yeah,
takes
I
a
have
licking, and
Mhm.
How thick are the arms on that, though,
They're
Xavier?
pretty thick, like 4, I think, 4 mil, I think, 4 or 5,
On
somewhere
what?
around there.
on
On
what?
Skyliner.
On the Skyliner, how thick are the arms? Matt's got one.
No, I don't have a Skyliner.
Oh, you don't?
I have no idea.
Yeah,
And what's
I don't
that
think
one
I
you
have
have? That's a
either.
Rotor Riot build. Isn't that a Skyliner you have?
That's the CL1.
Oh, the CL1.
I just stripped it out a couple weeks ago. It's getting ready to go digital. New
There you
flight
go.
controller, new camera, Caddx system, and I'm gonna end up putting new ESCs on there also.
How do you guys keep your drones so shiny? Like, I need to clean mine. I just don't know where to
Dude,
start.
I clean mine
Alcohol,
big all the time,
alcohol,
dude.
and polish.
'Cause these
Polish.
guys
Oh.
fly all like nice and smooth and relaxing, and they got
Always.
the
Well, that's what
they
the
got
little
the
ones.
they got helipads to
for.
land on. You gotta be
Ah.
hitting trees and
Picking
bouncing
out
off the
grass
grass
out
I
of
take
the
a
mold.
30
toothbrush, I
times.
clean it. and
Yeah,
then
I
put it
clean
on.
mine all the time, dude. I clean my
I
stuff.
never
Once I get
clean.
home, I clean.
I clean the lens.
Alcohol
That's
is
it.
not gonna hurt your quad.
I used the
Nah,
little one to
nope.
practice. This is what I practice with. Is the little guy. My
got
Nazgul's too
grass
damn
stains
pretty
on
to
mine.
crash.
Oh,
Yeah,
damn.
that's
That thing
how-
is
that's how-
dirty, dude. Holy
mine
cow.
Hey, it
Dude.
still runs.
Xavier, that's a bum, bro.
Hey now.
Take
Jeez.
some alcohol, Xavier, with the toothbrush and just rinse it out. Keep doing it. And just,
The only thing I clean is if mud gets in the motors like a lot and it was like wet out, or like the mud from rain the day before, that's when I'll clean it right away. But if there's like just a little bit of dust here and there, I'll leave it, let it dry, and I'll just go like this.
That's a rotor
Wow,
riot
that's
thing,
a-
right?
That's a lot of dirt on that thing.
that looks like you dropped in the water, man.
Yeah, it's all
We
messy.
can't hear you. We can't hear you. Xavier, we can't hear you.
I see 2 different color motors.
Yeah, one is gold, one is silver. I burnt out the gold motor, and they don't have any more in stock, so I just picked up something else and
Hey,
stuck it
whatever
on
works, dude.
Yeah, it's all the same thing.
When you're flying, you can't
V1,
see what the
V2,
quad looks
V3.
like. Who gives a
All
shit?
the same shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, Metro Jones wants to see the Evoque.
Mostello 78. What's up?
Yeah,
got-
I like that quad, Matt.
I'm sporting my pink props. You like
Pink.
the pink props, baby. Yeah.
I stand out.
Yeah, that Evoque is nice.
Yeah, I love the bottom of that thing.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
a bad
Arms are
ditch.
cool. Yep.
I like it.
Yeah, that lights up really nice.
It's tuned so well, man. It really
It's
is
a-
tuned. Like
It
to
is.
perfection.
It's a Tron quad.
Yep.
I love
it. And I'll tell you what, I don't see a difference between the Dead Cat version and like flying an X frame. This flies just as well, freestyle. But this was analog when I first got it, and then I switched it over and put a Caddx in there, Caddx camera.
I've never. If
It
you
is
have
a
a good,
success, right?
Yeah, this is 6S.
I mean, if you're flying all pretty much good stuff, good motors, good ESC, good FC. I mean, it should fly pretty much the same if it's like a Dead Cat, X frame, stretch.
Yeah, I don't see much of a difference with mine. Not
Good
really.
night, Brad. Brad's leaving. Good night, brother.
Yeah.
Steve came in.
So ASIC says.
that little guy.
So ASIC says.
So cute.
What is that?
Yeah,
What is
little
that,
tiny
man?
guy. That's an old guy from Banggood. I think it's called
Oh,
a
wow.
Gremlin.
Wow.
Yeah, tiny little guy. He
Oh,
must have flown.
so ASIC
Actually,
says.
that thing's clean. It's only had like 2 flights, and then I gave up on it. Flies all right, but I don't know. Not into the little ones.
So ASIC says, be careful with the Manta. They designed the arms poorly. My buddy snapped an arm 3rd flight. Dude, we crashed that thing. We test flew that thing was it yesterday? Or 2 days ago? When was it? I forgot, bro. Oh, no, it was 2 days ago. And that thing, can you hear me?
Yeah.
And that thing flies awesome. And we crashed it multiple times. And it even went onto the concrete, dude, and nothing broke.
Yeah,
So I
if you
think it just
hit right.
depends.
It all
Yeah,
depends on how it hits.
right.
Yeah,
And that's
Like,
with any
you could
quad.
hit that 30
Sam-
times, but
Sam
just
Burns-
that one time. We're in
Sam
the right
Burns was
spot.
flying his AOS 5 frame, and he hit a tree, came down off the tree and hit concrete and broke the arm. All it did was fall from a low tree, and he broke one of his arms. 5mm freaking arm broke, just because of the way it landed. That's all it is.
Yeah.
You know?
Well, ATIX is saying that the design, the way they did the design on the arms with that, I guess with that plate on the bottom. Oh, nothing happened to us, so we'll see. I don't know.
Well, I'm
Yeah.
gonna take Dono's advice and possibly switch over to the Wasp frames. The one you see his frames that have his
Logo on there.
bottom of them?
Yeah, I'm getting that frame.
Yeah, I have his eighth. I have his what the hell is it? Apex 4-inch, but I think I'm gonna start switching them over. Start switching them over to those Wasp frames that he's using. That's probably a good idea. They're
Yeah.
pretty good, pretty damn strong frames.
Wait, what's the size on those again? You said it's
On which one?
on Dono's quad. His
He's
frame
got a
is
3 and a 5.
5. Yeah, I'm gonna
Yeah.
go with the 5.
I think the flight control that I put on my quad is the Dalto Mamba, the 2nd generation.
Yeah, dude, that flight control is awesome. I like
It's
it.
got 40
I'm
amp,
putting-
8-bit. It flies nice and smooth.
I'm putting the Rush FPV stack on mine. It's just an all plug and play. You just solder on your motor
Yeah.
wires and your battery lead, and everything else plugs into each other. That's it. It's all plug and play.
It's good.
Yep.
So,
But-
So I
question.
like the soldering now, huh?
Yeah, I mean, I get used to it. I
Yeah,
got
it
used
just
to
takes
it.
a little time.
I had to get some good solder. That was my problem. I was
Yeah,
talking
good
to
solder,
John.
good iron, good clean iron. Yep.
Kessler, as long as it's 6337.
I'm using whatever came with this craptastic little 60-watt iron.
So Charles wants to know
When you're building a quad, can you put in any startup chime you want as long as you,
You
have
can.
a sound file? Yeah, I believe so.
You can go to BH. It's what the heck is that?
Oh shit.
Really? Really? Asshole.
So for BL Heli, there's in BL Heli there's a section where you can put your own sound tones and create your own sounds for the ESCs when they start up. So
Yeah, you just
there's
need a
videos
file
out
to
there.
put it
Yeah,
in
you need
there.
a file. Yeah.
I leave mine all the same, but yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
you could change them if you want. You can have different sounds. I just have the simple, the old school MJX sound.
I was figuring that out. How you do that though? By the way,
Sergio, I just said it. Go to BL Heli. You gotta get a
You know,
file.
Heli, you got to do it through your ESC motors, your ESCs and motors.
I'll show you. Sergio.
Your motors
Okay.
is what makes that sound.
but I never
Yeah.
did that before.
Yep.
Thank you.
Blue Jay firmware for BL Heli, yeah. Blue Jay firmware.
Blue Jay, yeah. Plate is why I don't like it. Okay.
Danish. Stallion.
Danish.
Y'all like FPV here? Nope. No, sir, we do not. FPV sucks.
FPV sucks.
Magical solder, though. I might have to check that link out.
Well, you'd be surprised what Amazon has when it comes to that stuff.
I just need something better than the craptastic stuff I had. It just
Yeah,
blobs.
it's
It just
0.8
blobs.
millimeter. Whiz Tech.
Do I have a crap-
What are you looking for? Solder iron or the
Flux
solder
rod.
itself?
solder. I got just cheap solder. I mean, I wish I could show you it on the board there better, but the first one was just, it looks like a BB sitting right on top of it. The second one, perfect with the better solder.
Yeah, make sure you get the one with that has whatchamacallit in there with the lead with the flux already mixed into it.
Yeah.
Don't like when you buy kits offline like Amazon, you know those starter kit ones. They give you the crappiest solder, bro. They give you the crappiest solder there is. That's
But
the
you
one you
should
want to get.
You should also have flux too, because extra
Yeah.
flux
Yeah.
doesn't.
Yeah,
hurt,
I have
you
a
know?
I have a flux pen,
Flux is
and
good.
I also have the flux. You could dip the wires into the little tray.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you
Yeah,
see
you do
what
your
it says in the
tinning and then
bottom
you
here?
reflux and then you go again.
2% flux.
And-
You see 2% flux right there?
Ah, that's
rosin
the
core
thing.
too, yeah.
But I, even though it has
Not
a
acid
flux in
core.
it, I always
I
flux
still
on
have
top
some.
of it.
A pen is good to have. The flux pen is great because you could just
Oh.
dab
The
your.
flux
you
is
could
what
just dab
bonds
your,
everything.
Yep,
Yeah.
you can just dab your pads and your wires. Like if you're doing wires like on a camera,
Yeah.
it's good
Yeah,
to dip your camera wires in a little flux before you solder them
Right.
onto the actual board.
Figures I got half of it.
JB
I'll
has
put
a
away.
pen.
The solder with the when you put flux, when you solder something on the pad and you put flux, it contains that solder onto that pad where it doesn't spread out. You know, it's like perfect. It goes right into that pad. Like you can go like this all the way across and it'll stay on that pad unless you have flux on the other ones. And Sergio did a video on
That's
it.
another thing too. Like when you overheat and you burn that flux away, then that's when it starts getting goopy and like doesn't look right. So then you add more flux to make everything work again. You know,
Yeah.
when you use too much
Always clean your tips too every time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
a little
You
piece
can
of anything, a little piece of
Dude.
dirt.
Joshua
Whatever.
Bardwell does a great video on soldering. Absolutely fantastic
That's
video.
what I
It's
learned
always
it from.
good to buy one of those
That's where I
little
learned it
boards
from.
to practice on. I think.
Yeah, I've got a
Ken just
few
showed
of
it.
those.
Yeah.
I've got a few of
I
those.
used to
boards.
do structural soldering, slot car race and stuff like that. But trying to get back into electronical soldering, it's a learning curve again.
Oh, I can
Yeah,
weld the
Mr.
I
whole
do
Steele
plumbing.
elevator
knows
together.
Yeah, I
a good
do plumbing
soldering
and
too, Mr. Steele.
Nice beads.
I can weld an entire elevator together, but I suck at soldering a little pad. It's unbelievable.
Well, that's because
Got
it's
my
a little
big welder out.
Yeah, little stuff is always harder. So,
It's a pain in the ass, but it's part of the job. It's part of what you have to do. You know,
Yeah.
I didn't think, I told myself I wasn't going to build one, and I built one. Now I'm going to build another one out of what I have. But I
gets
think
gets
I've got it
addicting,
done.
Matt. You want
Yeah.
more and more. It is like a drug. You want more and more.
It is, but at
Oh,
the same
yeah.
time, like for somebody starting out, dude, the Biden flies are actually cheaper nowadays than it is to build one. You know, if you
Yeah,
buy it, I know
same here. Ethics. Yeah,
Yep.
I use on 400.
The whole reason I went with the Ladrib bind and fly one was because I saw the way he flies and I was like, shit, he flies good, right? And then I was like, okay, I don't want to learn how to tune and all that stuff because it sounds like a really lengthy process. So
It
I
is.
just wanna fly. So let me buy something that comes with a tune from somebody who can fly good. Ladrib's pretty good flyer, so I'm like,
Yeah, I agree. I
it
watch
came
him all
with
the
his
time.
tune. Yeah, it came with his tune. I'm like, well, if I can't fly with his tune, I can't fly at all. So I've never had to tune a drone. Since I purchased that, I just change whatever part breaks, like the motor, and turn it on and go again. So that's it. I don't know what tune is.
I had to tune my 7-inch, and it's a pain in the ass, and it still flies like shit. But it's what I mean. The tuning part is fine. It's the PID tuning that becomes the problem for me. The PID tuning is way above my pay grade, and trying to get it right is a pain in the ass. It really is.
Now,
That's why I like binding flies. They're tuned right. They're tuned like that.
Hey,
that
how you
Okay,
make the RPMs to go the quad to make it go faster when you push forward? What do I do for that?
No. He's talking about. He's not talking about. He's talking about.
That's your rates, right?
He's talking about.
To make the quad instead of when you push forward.
Matt, remember we were at Spin Up and we did the throttle limit.
Oh, your throttle limit, yeah.
All right, so that's a throttle limit situation.
You gotta take it off.
Yeah,
throttle limit off. I remember I put that throttle. I put it on scale and
Yeah.
ran it down to like 75% on yours. I think.
And what-
Well, Athix said, "What props are you running on the 7-inch?" And the props are okay. I think it's the motors they're too small. I need to put bigger motors on them.
What do you have on them?
They're only 2300 kV. They're only 2205s.
But what size? Do you know the size?
2205s, 2300 kV.
2205. Oh yeah, they're small.
They're small.
Yeah.
So I need to run with like a
32.
28 or something like that, 27 or 28 size, and I think it'll
Yeah,
help
anything
out.
above 25. Yeah.
Max, you know anything about taking away prop wash on the quad? The best way to do it on Betaflight? Because I go to free forward a little bit, right?
So, like, how does the quad wobble? Does it wobble?
It doesn't
like,
wobble a lot. You'll
on the
see
roll, or does it wobble on the pitch?
No, you'll see when I
when you do flips and
throttle
rolls
off
and all
and
that,
flip,
yeah.
and flip, and then I let down the throttle again.
It oscillates.
Yeah, when it comes back down, you can see it go like this a little bit.
Okay.
Mine goes.
So you mean on the roll, it does like this?
Yeah, when you do maneuvers, when you do flips and then back flip, and then you still when you're done, you can see it shakes.
You're coming
Once
if
you're
you're
done
coming
with it.
down. Yeah, when you're coming down, and then you'll go like this. Just a tiny bit. You hardly can see it, but I can notice it in the video. If you guys look at the video, you can see a little bit going like this.
Yeah. So from what I know, that is your eye, and then once you take care of your eye on that axis, that's why I was asking if it's on the roll or your PID.
Yeah, because it's two
or
different
your
axes.
pitch. I mean, so if it's on your pitch, on your eye of your pitch, that where you bring it up a little bit, and once you got most of it away, then you bring your D up a little bit.
The demon,
the
D gain,
yeah, the D gain, yeah.
All right, cool. Yeah,
Thanks,
I didn't know
man.
which.
Yeah, see, I'd
From
rather
what I
not.
know,
I'd rather not.
See, I'm
deal
not
with
a
all
big
that
tuner.
stuff.
It's a pain in the
'cause
ass.
Every
Xavier,
flight
it is.
controller I bought, which I spend money on the flight control and the ESC, you know, so that's why I spend a little bit more money because you don't have to do that because it's already done for you, you know.
Yeah. Yep. Some of the flight, like the stacks nowadays, everything's already pre-tuned.
Like you don't got to do nothing, you know, just put it in
Betaflight
a drone.
4.3,
and
you
it's
can
good,
actually
you
take
know?
other people's tunes and put them on your quad.
Yeah.
Now,
Just like Sergio's quad, the Manta, the Apex motors with that flight controller that he got, the F4 from Mamba, the MK2. Oh my god, dude! When I flew, it's just so smooth. Like I want all my quads to fly like.
The Mambas are supposed to be pretty good, and they're actually a reasonable price. They're like on the cheap end. They're budget ESC and FC, and they're supposed to be really good. Yeah.
The Zeus, the Sector 5 flies awesome too. I love the Sector 5. I love my
Oh, as
Yeah,
you
they're
guys
supposed to be
have the
really good.
knowledge, I might as well ask because I was always wondering the thing where you solder the motors on the pad where you solder the motor wires. What's that called?
ESC.
ESC.
ESC. So far, that's like the only major part that I have to change on my drone. And every time I go like head smash into cement, that thing will give up for some reason, and it just won't work. So that ESC that I have is a 60 amp. I could save some money by going with a less amperage. Do I need those 60 amps?
Well, if you want to put bigger motors,
Well, it's tuned.
what
The
do you-
reason there's
more
a 60
kV.
amp on it is because it's tuned with those motors.
right?
So that was the bind and fly you bought, right?
Yeah.
I would stick with what works because if it's tuned right and it flies right, I would stick with what works. If you go with a lower amperage, then you're going to have to start tuning it out more because your motor's not going to give as much power.
Thanks,
Oh
Ethan.
boy. Okay, so just spend the extra money. Ouch. Because those things are like,
Yeah, they're expensive.
they're like what, $80?
Yeah,
They're like
they're
$80.
expensive. Yeah.
I would stick with what came on the quad. It's usually
Yeah.
better not to change anything.
But why? You said you're breaking them, like
Hey, Chris.
snap it, like breaking something inside of it.
No,
Right, because
it's like it stops working until I
Ah.
change that part. Like I'll turn it on, it'll go dun 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 dun, and then it just stops, and then it'll go ding 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 ding.
Okay. Yep.
Yeah, and
Oh,
it usually
really?
happens. Yeah, it usually happens when I go like I make a mistake and I'm like doing a dive and I didn't realize how close I was to the ground, and I just like head smash into the cement. I think it's like the shock that goes through the whole quad. It just like
Yeah. So there's probably like when you hit the ground, there's like tons of flex in the frame. So you hit, like your
The
is your front of
energy
your
has to
flame,
flow
and then
somewhere. Yeah.
and then the frame flexes a little bit, and then it's doing something because the ESC is the closest to that frame and it bolts to that piece. So there's a lot of flex right there. So every, I guess, bind and fly or almost ready to fly that I buy, I always take the stack apart and I put some rubber O-rings underneath it, underneath the ESC, so
to
it has
dampen
that little bit of
Dampens it.
flex, Yeah.
to
Not really a
absorb.
dampener. It's just so it allows a little bit more flex underneath it.
So the shock doesn't run through it.
Yeah, rubber
Yeah,
O-rings is the best. Yeah.
Rubber
Yeah.
O-rings.
Yeah.
That's how I
O-ring.
smoked that Tiny Hawk Freestyle. I smoked the side of the barn, and a couple days later, all of a sudden, I'm just flying it right there, and up in flames, right there
Yeah?
in
Wow.
the house. So I kind of said it had to be when I hit that because that's when I had the problems.
Yep.
Yeah.
It's weird because with FPV it could be a multitude of things. It could be some it might be the dumbest little thing you just skip right over, or it might be something that's serious. Best bet, just change the part out. Keep
Hey,
it away.
Chris, how are you?
What I love about FPV is that it's just a few parts that make up the drone compared to like
yeah,
the
it's
R.
simple.
Yeah, compared to
Yeah.
like the RC
Mhm.
cars. I mean, there's bearings everywhere, there's gears, there's bushing, there's brackets, there's so many things that can go wrong in the RC
Sure.
cars when you bash them and break them. But for me, what kept me in this FPV game is that it's so simple now to the point that if my drone has a problem, I already know after 1 year of just flying this drone day in, day out, I already know from the time it starts smoking or smashes into something and it doesn't work, I already know what part it is without even having to
Yeah.
check.
Yep.
It's I can break it
Making a
down in the
funky
field
noise,
right there. Yeah, you can
Mhm.
break it down in the field, dismantle whatever it is, solder right there, get back up and running within an hour. You're up in the air again. It's amazing how simple but durable these quadcopters are. If people would only take the time to learn how to fly.
Yeah. It just takes
Yeah.
a little time to learn how to fly and how it works.
Yeah.
And then how to repair it as well. But to some people, they see, they're afraid to do it. Where you got these car people and they're ripping down a motor where a motor has over 1,000 pieces depending on the motor, and then you talk about the transmission and then the rear end.
Tell me about it. Tell me about it.
Yeah.
I'll never want to do that again.
Drones are simple, so simple. Just take a little time and learn how it goes. you know.
Exactly.
very simple.
Mr. JLC, your Tom Maddie's beard looks GQ, bro. What about me? Mine doesn't look GQ.
I'm getting long. Look at
But to
that.
do the programming for like the
You think that looks
FC,
GQ?
Dude,
that's a little
when it gets longer,
complicated,
it bothers
but
me though. I don't know how.
Sorry, the programming you said?
the programming for the FC to make it fly, now that gets a little
Oh.
complicated because it's like 00100021100. You know, like who knows that except for the programmer? But you buy it already done.
Yeah. So the one thing I did, the one good piece of advice that I did when I first got my quad, somebody told me, look, go on Betaflight, go look up videos for Betaflight, how to back up your whole settings. So if you ever change a part, you can just dump everything back in there and your headache is done. Save that somewhere safe. And that's the first thing I did. And then you change any flight controller, whatever it is, just the same flight controller, just dump it.
That's the same thing with upgrading firmware on your Betaflight. Like if you go from 4.1 to 4.2 or 4.2 to 4.3, you do a diff dump on all your settings that have been changed. A dump file will save everything in Betaflight, but a diff dump, a DIFF will save only everything that's been changed, other than stock. So anything that wasn't stock, like if you changed your rates, if you do a diff dump, it will save all of that instead of everything. So it's good to do on firmwares too.
Yeah.
Okay. Betaflight gets updates? I thought it was just a fixed program.
No, Betaflight has updates, man. Like right now they're running on 4.3, release version 4, I believe.
What?
Was it complete yet? Did they complete the version on it?
I'm not sure, but I everybody said it. From what they've said, it runs great. I haven't done it on mine. I'm leaving mine as is. They work. If it's not broke, don't fix it. So
I run 3.5. That's what I run.
I've got 4.2.
3.5.
That's what I got, Matt. 4.2 is what I got too.
I'm old school.
Oh, mine's
4.9.
Mine's called configuration 10.7.0.
That's your Betaflight software.
Yeah.
When
What is it?
Quad.
What's it say on the bottom? Yeah.
Plug your quad in, and it'll tell you what the firmware is on your flight controller.
Oh, I don't know. I don't know about that. I'll have to get my quad, plug it in, and all that. Yeah, I'm not gonna do that now.
Yeah, I heard about that, Athix. That's yep.
I think this is 4.3.
So wait, they come up with firmware updates for the flight controller for what?
Yes.
If it's flying good, then what are you updating?
Some people like newest. Some people,
Newest
like
features and
Betaflight.
all that other stuff.
Betaflight has its stock PIDs and rates. Betaflight has when you put a flight controller on, and you go through Betaflight. Betaflight has its own stock PIDs for that flight controller. People upgrade them and then change them around. Like 4.3, now there's different areas in 4.3 that are like better for people to use, and now you can use other people's pre-tunes.
A preset, yeah.
Presets. You can use preset tunes from other
like
people.
Joshua's, Barwa, their rates and stuff. If you want theirs.
RPM filtering, there's all kinds of new features in it, like little stuff that somebody like me and you overlook. We don't look at that kind of shit. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
But they made it easier, though. They made it easier. 4.3. They made it easier for everybody, where they don't have some of them. You don't have to go and BL heli anymore either to do the remapping on the motors or anything like that.
Like newer versions of firmware on Betaflight, they have sliders for the PID tuning. On the older versions, it was you had to change all the numbers. Each one of them you had to change.
Exactly.
Independently. Now there's a slider that will change them all. It's like
that sounds cool.
They made it easier. They made it easier just for you, Xavier.
No, I'm not touching nothing. Mine ain't broken. I ain't fixing
Xavier,
it.
That's why I left mine.
Make sure you back it up.
But literally, Xavier, 4.3, they made it easier for the beginners. They made it better so you can understand it.
Yeah. My
Some
biggest
stuff, not
problem right
everything.
now is just getting better. I feel like I've reached a point where for me to get better at FPV, I have to take a lot more risk, and it's going to be a lot more frustrating
Yeah,
for me
breaking
because
things.
yeah, and I don't know if I want to go to that level. Not even breaking things, but just constantly crashing all the time. I have to walk over, pick it up, come back to the bench, probably change a prop or something, and then go
Learn
back
to
and
use turtle
play
mode.
the game. Oh, that's how I have one silver motor, because I forgot that the grass was wet, and I did turtle mode because I hate walking from a drone, and it dug a hole in the ground and went down. Apparently, I wasn't in turtle mode. I just
You
revved it
sound
up.
like my buddy Scott.
Yeah, you got to be
We
really,
got
really.
pictures of all 4 props is digging down. It was just like
Yeah.
You got to be
bottomed out.
super soft with your pitch and roll when you're doing that. When you're doing
Yeah.
turtle mode,
Yeah, just like a little
all it
blip.
takes is to flick a little blip of the stick. That's all it takes.
I mean, it all depends on like the prop you have on, because obviously someone with less pitch is gonna create less force on the other end, because it has to be pretty much a 45, 45 on the pitch.
It's about a
'Cause
45.
40 what's that? Yeah, 45.
Well, it's a
Does it
little
have
bit more than a 45. Gets a lot of pitch to it now.
Oh
you
yeah,
can
that's
see.
a lot of
Whoa,
pitch.
that's how it comes? Like with that
No.
angle?
No, that's a bent one.
That was coming in hot, and luckily it was the only one.
But if you got something like that and you're trying to turtle, you're gonna blow something, which, like you said, ESC or something.
Usually burn out
'cause-
the ESC trying to do that.
Yeah.
That's
yep,
why a lot of
mhm.
times if you're proximity flying and you go down, most of the time it's best just to go pick it up.
Yeah.
True.
Don't take the
Yeah.
chance.
But you don't want to do that though.
No,
Because you got
what's
turtle
the
mode.
Hell no. I'm turtling out. As long as I got a spare motor, I'm turtling out.
Boy, the walk of shame.
I'm not walking, sorry.
Yeah,
I don't blame you.
I agree.
I tried the one time. You could see I was just, and then it just boop, got it back up. Boop. I was like,
I have yet to
I'll
try
go
and
get it.
turtle with these props, but I'm hoping not to have to. But see these props, they fold.
Oh,
I
how's
have
that gonna
that.
work?
That's another thing.
How do
I
you
don't
like
think
that,
they'll-
Matt?
I don't
I
think
love
they'll
it.
turtle.
They fly good? or
How's
what?
that gonna work on a turtle?
I don't feel they'll turtle.
No,
I
obviously,
don't know if they'll do it very well. I don't think they'll
Just
do it
try
very
it.
well.
Put it on the ground upside
They never,
down.
they never break when you crash.
No, they give.
They
Matty
fold.
don't crash, man.
Folds up.
Matty don't crash.
Oh, I
He's
crashed.
a pro.
I just got done
He's a
changing parts on
pro.
this. The 3D the 3D printed parts.
I'll be looking at the pros and they be crashing all the time.
They don't post it though.
I got
they
knocked all over the
posted.
place.
I nicknamed mine Bounce. I mean, boom, up 100 feet. Boom, up 50 feet.
I did a front flip with this one, and it hit the concrete and flew about 50 feet, but nothing was wrong with it. These things are tanks, bro. They're tanks.
I invested in very thick foam tape.
Yeah. The difference is when you crash with the GPS drones, you're like mad because you're like, shit, I'm about to spend some serious money over here, right? But when you crash with the FPV drones, you're like mad at yourself because you're like, damn, I could have done this, but you're not even thinking about the drone. You're just thinking about how you could have pulled it off. Yeah.
Yep.
And
that's the thing with the GPS drones. You just like bend a frame, which just cocks a motor out of the way, and it's done. Where just in FPV, you swap out the arm that's broken or the motor that's broken, or a prop.
Sometimes
most of the time it's a prop. So usually 90% of the time it's just a prop.
Yeah, and if you're not picky and you can bend it back into place, you can get away with a lot.
Or you're out of props.
I do the same thing, Matt. I bend them back until they just break off, dude, or like the tips break off, whatever. I'll change it.
These things are all beat to shit.
Yeah.
When you guys, does it ever happen to you guys with your props? Like when you fly and then that part when you put the props in.
Oh, the stator. The stator on the motor. The post where you put the prop on.
Yep.
Okay.
on one of his quads, it's always on the right side. On the, I think it's a diatone, right, Serge?
This part right here. You see
Yeah.
that little round piece?
Yeah.
His propeller keeps turning. It doesn't stay. Like
It's
he'll
like
put
the
a new
propeller
prop.
was
It'll
worn
stay.
out.
Yeah, it'll stay
Inside.
secure, and then if he crashes, it'll get loose again, where the propeller just keeps wobbling. It's like not
Is
tight.
that
I hear it
you're
all
not
the time
putting
where
your
I'm flying.
is that you're not putting your nuts on tight enough or what?
No, he
Oh,
is.
I got my nuts tightened up, bro.
It's always on
Oh,
the right.
his
it's always
nuts
the
are
top
tight,
right.
bro. They're real
They're
tight.
tight. Mi coglioni sono grandi. Like that.
Just
Nah, but
change-
when you
change
hit
the nut.
something and it's spinning the opposite direction, so when you hit something that loosens up the nut just a little bit, so the
Yeah.
prop comes
Probably,
loose.
huh?
Just
Yeah,
put a
yeah.
new nut on there to be safe. Just change the
This
nut out.
right here keeps. This right here keeps spinning.
So
like
now do you
not
you
the
have
motor,
lock?
not the motor. The motor doesn't spin.
Just-
It's the propeller just keeps spinning
That's
inside.
what this one kept
So
doing.
do
Yeah.
you have like
And it's still
nylon
tight.
lock nuts on there or just regular nuts?
No, regular nuts, of course.
Yeah, you want the nylon lock ones.
Hey,
They
that's
have
what
like a
you
little
need to
piece
do
of
is make
plastic
sure-
on the inside of it,
Oh yeah, I have it
Like
right
that.
here.
That's what
You
I
like
got.
that? Little
Yeah,
plastic
rubber.
in the middle.
and they still
Yeah.
come loose. Really? Wow.
Not mine. Not
See-
mine. They're
see-
his.
No, see, the thing is, when I noticed that when I had props in before, but now I switched it to props out.
You
Okay.
need to
When I
make
did
sure.
that,
There's
it
another
started
thing.
Losing my
Is the shaft?
Make sure the
Props
shaft is
in
not slipping off the
It's
belt.
the way to go, bro. Props
The
in.
shaft. That's what I meant. Is the
all
the
my
shaft
quads are
slipping?
props out.
There's so much fucking debate about out and in. It's crazy. It's like they all fly the same.
Mine are all
Yeah,
props
they
out.
do.
They all crash.
They all crash. Well, they say that because it bounces. If it hits something or a tree, it'll bounce.
The only
kinda bounce off.
difference I see is when you're spinning in, all like if you hit the ground, all that stuff is coming in your
Right.
face as an FPV.
I'd rather get it in
Now,
the
if
camera
you're
than in my
spinning-
components.
Now, so the props out would spin it inside to all the
Your
components.
components, yeah.
Which one do you want? You know,
Unless you have a guard like Matty does on his
Yeah.
Evo.
yes,
you put
yeah,
something
just like
to
that.
protect
Yeah,
A
yeah.
lot of people say
yeah.
props out
Oh,
is better
yeah.
than props in. No,
No,
I
they
used to
fly the
spin
same, I think.
in. I used
They
to
all
do
fly the
props in.
same. Man.
Yeah, they all fly the same. So
It's
the
just-
reason why it props out is that when you hit, like
Yeah,
you hit a
those
tree
guards.
or anything, it'll kind
would
of
do
it'll
it
help
out
it
with that.
bounce off. It'll help it bounce off.
Instead of pull it in.
Yeah, and props in when you hit like a tree branch or whatever, it'll hug like
well,
a
yeah,
tree
I know,
branch to
but
bring it in.
I do not want my quad to be stuck on the tree.
I need that for my Skyliner, Matty, because I'm not doing cleaning. I need that in my life right now.
Yeah, I'm getting those printed too, man.
3D print, man. That's
to
all you
protect
need.
the
3D
components.
printer.
Getting those made for this sucker right here.
I'm not getting a 3D printer. How do you make
Well,
those
a
stuff? You gotta
friend.
measure
You
it.
just need a friend to do it. You know.
Oh,
I think I'm getting an Enders for my birthday, so
I got a
Or
printer
throw some
coming.
electrical tape. Be ghetto. Mm.
oh, electrical tape. Maybe I can make
Yeah.
it with electrical tape.
3D
That's a
print.
good idea.
Couple
Yeah, you
wraps
can
around,
put
you're
electrical
done.
tape around it for now.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's
Or
a
get
good
like
idea.
a piece of cloth, like the Sector 5 did, the company, the X5. Get a piece of cloth, like show the find something that's got like a sock, like a slit. Put it against the post and just like a rubber band. Put it around your something elastic. You could put around it too.
Or a
I do
pizza
like
box.
that. I do like this
Got a little
idea
pizza
that
box.
Mad School did with these side plates and everything's being bounced.
Absolutely.
It saves
Absolutely.
everything. Plus that XT60 being mounted in the frame, that is nice. So you don't have the freaking cable hanging out. That is nice. It's a good idea.
Yeah, I like that. I like when the battery cable like that connectors.
Yeah, it's
with
built right into the frame,
Yep.
so you don't
So
have
you
to
don't
worry about.
your props cutting that line.
Yep.
I hate that.
Yep.
Yeah, I always got to strap mine down with the strap.
This is very convenient.
And that's another thing too, like under mount to top mount. I don't feel a difference. I fly under. I've flown above. I never felt the difference.
What do you mean under above mount? What
The
Oh,
battery,
the
the battery
battery?
mounted on top or bottom of the quad.
Yeah, top or
Oh.
bottom. I laces out.
Laces out.
Ray Finkel.
Right, Finkel. Finkel
Laces
is
out,
Einhorn. Einhorn is
Dan.
Finkel. I kissed a man.
Oh man, it's hilarious. All right, guys. What time is it? 8:40. Oh, damn. It's 8:47. We're gonna have to end it here, guys. It was always great having you guys on, as always, on the show.
Yep.
Max, Xavier, Chris, Maddie, our co-host, Maddie, Sergio. Looks tired. You look tired, Sergio, huh?
Yeah, because I woke up early and I wasn't in Soldier Field with my son.
Yeah.
The Bears, yeah.
Nice.
Go Bears.
Yep. All right,
It's all
guys. Well, it was great having you guys on. Don't forget, next Friday, next Sunday we won't be on. Reminder, we will be on a Friday where we're going to have Billy Kyle on the show next Friday. So we'd like to thank all you guys for popping in.
Your calendars, guys.
Yeah, mark on your calendars. Go check out Maddie's Drone World. He's on every Tuesday. We got Johnny Drone Flyer every Wednesday at 6. Maddie didn't go on for the past, 2 weeks, Matt?
Yeah, and I don't
Tuesday?
think I'm going on this week either. I might. I might.
Look at Max. Come on, man. Please, man.
I might.
Please, man, please.
Give me some of that stuff, man.
I'll have to see if I can get Xavier over there to come join us on the panel on Tuesday night.
Cool.
You guys are doing FPV on Tuesdays?
Yeah, I do pretty much. I do whatever.
Everything.
Yeah, on
Yeah.
my channel. I just BS session at 9:30 or 9:15 p.m. Eastern. So,
Gives us all a chance to get together and BS.
Yeah, I work
I got-
nights, but every
I got-
now and again I'm off
I
on the
work.
nights.
I'll be at work. I
Mm.
won't get home.
everybody sucked me in. Everybody talked me into doing a damn show. So now that I do it, it's like, whatever.
It gets time consuming. Yeah.
It does.
It does. Yep.
We appreciate it though.
All right,
Sandy wants to-
I have to put a plug in for Greg. So, go ahead, Max. Say what you gotta say before I end it. I'm gonna put this plug in for Pilot Institute for people that want to get their 107. And then Maddie, put your link in the description for your affiliate link, so everyone has that.
Will do.
Go ahead, Matt. What were you saying? My interruption.
What was I? What was I saying?
You don't know what he was
I don't think I was saying anything.
Yeah.
All right,
man.
guys.
All right, guys.
guys.
Don't forget
Take
to
care.
check Max Sales channel, Xavier, and Maddie, and then Chris.
Oh, no,
So-
don't forget.
Give some love and support, guys, and thank you for stopping in. And we'll see you guys next week, Friday.
And get
Bye,
your
everybody.
107 Pilot Institute right here.
Good. Very good course.
Absolutely. Great course.
He is the no watch wearing guy.
All right, y'all. Have yourself a good night.
Good night, guys.
Remember, fly
All right,
safe,
later, boys.
fly smart,
Have fun.
and happy flying. And good night. Ciao.
Later. Peace.